As we move forward into the 2020 to 25 period, we are no doubt entering an era of exponential change, a period during which we will see quantum transformation in the foundations of global competitiveness and a phenomenal opportunity for smaller and agile nations such as ourselves. The capturing of this opportunity would, however, need us to exploit with keen awareness the megatrends, realities, and tools of this emerging age. There are 4 transformatory trends which I believe will provide us a springboard to leapfrog beyond our regional neighbors. First, the ethos of inclusion, and in particular the thesis of inclusive capitalism. Second, the megatrends around the 4th industrial revolution. Third, the power of ecosystems. And fourth, the acceleration of a pervasive form of globalization. Returning to the first of these megatrends, inclusive capitalism, is a thesis which negates the contradiction between capital growth motives and social development outcomes. Growth models which are inclusive would seek to ensure that the economic impact of products, services, employment, and secondary and tertiary multipliers are relevant, available, and affordable to as many people and communities as possible. Through this approach, the seemingly conflicting objectives of capital growth versus outreach, or in Sri Lankan context, going beyond the Western province, as well as capital growth versus social and environmental contribution, are no longer compartmentalized. They are integrated within a single-minded ethos of growing business, but doing so with an objective of delivering an impact which is as plural as possible. Inclusion, ladies and gentlemen, is not a business model born out of philanthropy, nor is it the pathway to mediocrity. It is indeed, albeit not perfectly so, the model which underlies the richest organizations on this planet today. The internet giants of today have, by design or by accident, capitalized on the opportunity of inclusion, and in breaking down legacy barriers, have unleashed value at global scale. Some call it disruption, I call it inclusion. The second megatrend of the 4th industrial revolution, or the 4th IR for short. I have consistently believed in the power of technology to deliver a more equal nation. That is, to bridge asymmetries in opportunity, to eliminate disparities in the access to basic human rights, such as information, education, and health, and in accumulation, the opportunity to flatten the rich-poor gradient across communities, societies, businesses, and ultimately across nations. I also believe that the plurality so established accelerates the creation of economic wealth. I believe it is by no means a zero-sum game, and that in fact everyone is a winner in a more equal world. The 4th IR is centered on the democratization and exponential broadening of the affordability and applicability of technologies such as cloud, artificial intelligence, machine learning, the Internet of Things, and a myriad of technologies including augmented reality and cryogenics, bringing together biological and physical spheres. I believe that the 4th IR, if applied with an inclusive mindset, provides an exciting platform for the reduction in disparity and inequality. Installation of a modern rendition of social equity, an opportunity for smaller nations to catch up with the legacy dominions, and likewise for single country businesses to reach out and be competitive players in global ecosystems. Which brings me to the 3rd and 4th megatrends, those of ecosystems and pervasive globalization. They both ride on the outcomes of the 3rd and 4th industrial revolutions. Revolutions in connectivity, digitization, and automation, not only of physical processes, but also of knowledge and learning. Going forward, competitiveness of individuals, businesses, and nations would depend not only on the strengths and capabilities of the individual or monolithic business, but on the power and competitiveness of the physical and virtual ecosystems of which they are a part. Thinking which is inclusive as well as ecosystem-based, in combined with IR4 technologies, will then enable what I would call pervasive globalization. Today's technological platforms, if deployed inclusively, enable really true globalization of every possible interaction or transaction we can think of. Barriers of language, distance, and even the subject or individual specific information domains would be rendered irrelevant. In summary, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering an era where the collective is clearly more powerful than the single. An era where the large cannot flourish without the small, and it is always more profitable to include rather than exclude. It is an era where an inclusive and non-partisan, nation-minded and context-focused organization such as our chamber has a very important role to play. It also represents a calling for us to align and exploit these megatrends in the interest of economic and social advancement based on the fundamental of social